Hi, my name is Eckart Preu. I'm the music director of the symphony orchestras in Long Beach and Portland, Maine, as well as the Cincinnati Chamber Orchestra. Today, I have the pleasure to talk with two good friends and excellent collaborators who specialize in a rare art form, and that is playing a repertoire for two pianos and piano to four hands. There is a lot of phenomenal music out there, and Sivan Silver and Gil Garburg have been promoting this repertoire all over the world in a truly extraordinary fashion, performing in prestigious venues like Carnegie Hall, the Vienna Musikverein, and the Berlin Philharmonie, and playing with great orchestras like the Israel Philharmonic, the St. Petersburg Philharmonic, the Melbourne Symphony, and many others. Welcome, Sivan and Gil, and thank you for taking time today to talk to me. We worked frequently together in the past. We played with the Jerusalem Symphony, Spokane Symphony, in Stamford, and with the Cincinnati Chamber Orchestra. And I'm super excited to welcome you to Long Beach, California, and Portland, Maine in June 2021. But for now, the main question is, how are you doing? So where are you, and what is the situation like?
So we are at home, which is nice in a way. We haven't been in a vehicle for more than a month, just, at home. And this is very unusual. Usually we are never in the same country for more than a week.
And when you say you're home, you mean Berlin?
Yeah, so we live in Berlin. We are both Israeli born, grew up in Israel, and today our home is in Berlin. We're also professors in Graz in Austria, so that's also on the road. But mainly we travel all around. We've been to 70 countries. So that's right now our haven, Berlin.
Yeah, and I mean, we all, as parents, have to take on new roles as well. So how is, you have a son, Itamar, he is like, what, 10 years? Nine.
Yeah.
Okay. I was close. So yeah. How's your new role as teacher going?
So we always been teaching him, actually. It's
not in a school sense,
but it's not so new. But of course, and it's actually nice to be together. It's not so, we never have enough time to do stuff. It's just pity that there is so much school, so we still have to, from this morning today, we just did school, so now he basically finished all his tasks.
So I think, to spend time together and also to do things which are, so to say, educational, it's really fun. And we tend to do it even without school. So we are what is called helicopter parents, we're seeing that this is, getting pretty much involved. But of course, with the school, we actually have to follow a specific curriculum, which is much more difficult than if we just do it for our own
but it's
fun and hobbies.
Well.
But we are learning as well, and it's absolutely, it's an enriching experience for us as well. Yes. We all learn how to organize. It's like having another office at home. I mean, not enough, we have other things. It's like another office to open, handle all the information coming in and out.
With all this newly acquired time, did you acquire a new skill, or do you do something that you always wanted to do but never had the time?
So we do all the things we postponed at the moment. We still didn't get to the place where we have too much time. This week we finished giving all the remarks for a CD edit, something we've postponed as much as we could because this is the work we don't like to do. We finished films. They're going actually out on YouTube today, I think. And we learned to sleep. That's very new.
This is for him. I always knew how to sleep. I just couldn't. Now I can. But Gil has to actually relearn the ability.
I have to relearn how to sleep, and this is new. This is interesting.
But we also do some other things. I mean, in addition to really completing lots of projects that are just waiting for a long time. Spending time with our son Itamar. He teaches me, for instance, programming in Scratch, which is, I never done anything similar to that. I teach him writing in Hebrew. We cook a lot.
We still haven't repeated a meal since more than a month. Every day we cook something new.
Okay. You are in an unusual business in that you play a lot together, piano to four hands or two pianos. What is the most challenging aspect of playing together, but also being married at the same time?
Well, playing piano together, it's a little bit different than most other instruments, because when you play together, especially four hands, but also two pianos, you really sit on the same instrument. So there are two people playing on the same instrument, and you even do the pedal together. And the piano, it's not like a violin that you have behind you. It's something that is sort of an illusion of something. It's not, the sound doesn't go on. We create an illusion of something we don't really do. And in order to create this illusion, you have to work really hard together. When you play it solo, you do those things usually on a subconscious level. When you do it together, it takes many, many, many hours.
Well, you basically need to get under the skin of the other person. So it's maybe even more intimate than just a regular, the most intimate that it can get for a couple. So we really need to sense almost physically what the other is doing. So if we tend to do a timing or some certain kind of a color for the harmony, we feel it. It has to feel spontaneous, so very intuitive, but really imagine the same thing.
Yeah.
We wouldn't probably play piano duo if we were not a couple.
When you start working on a new piece, brand new piece, do you practice immediately together, or you practice separately and then put it together, or how does this dynamic of these different elements putting those together work for you?
So usually we try to go playing together very, very soon. If you go and you play together for a long time, this might change your timings, and that's not always contributing. But it also depends on the piece. So if you have a Mendelssohn concerto, we still would practice separately until the end, because it's very, very physical, and the duo element is not so strong. If we play a Schubert piece,
I mean, definitely most of the hours we spend together, and from a very early stage. And then if you would like to do something pianistically alone, we would keep in mind, not just as the knowledge, but really sense it, how it is when we play together. And we don't want to do this self-playing for too long, so we don't forget this feeling. So it always comes in between as a little addition, but basically we are really, I think, relying on the sessions together, which we of course do completely regularly. So so we have two pianos here. I don't know if you can see the second piano, but we don't have another room with a separate piano. That's absolutely not needed. We really sit most of the time and play together. We want to be born into the piece, so that the whole process is together.
And I'm sure your neighbors love you because you have two pianos there.
Well, the neighbors are actually really nice. And the guy above her, he plays the horn. So
as a hobby,
it's a hobby, but he horn goes through better than piano. We soundproof all the floor, and we're almost the top floor. So I think we reduce it to a sort of a reasonable daytime noise. So, and the neighbor is actually quite happy that we play. We have wonderful neighbors.
What are some of the new or recent CD releases that you're excited about?
So the CD we're dealing with all this week was the new Brahms CD, the concerto we also played with you in Spokane.
Opus 25.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this CD is with Vienna Symphony Orchestra, and it's this new Brahms concerto, which is an arrangement of Opus 25. Brahms wrote two versions of this piece, one for piano four hands, one for piano quartet. And it's really, really nice, but the CD was a lot of work. Always a CD with orchestra, especially one like this that has so many interplay with the orchestra, it takes some time, and now we are almost there.
Yeah. And the other piece on this CD is also Brahms. It's the two pianos version version of Brahms, of course, for the Haydn variations,
Yes.
which you probably know as a conductor as well for the orchestra.
In parallel, we also we prepare for the next CD, which we record in June next year.
This year.
And we will record all the last year of Schubert works.
So works for piano for hands, Schubert
Yeah.
take works.
Yeah. Do you eat lobster?
Yes. You didn't count.
Good, because when you come to Portland, that's the best lobster in the world.
Yes,
Yes.
of course, yes.
And I think our son will enjoy that too.
Yes.
Yeah. So
He's a great culinary expert and always has.
The last time we had the lobster was in the fish market in Busan in Korea.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see which one is better. The Korean
Yes, I think
lobster.
in mine it's famous to be the
Yes.
best.
We are talking about it already.
Yeah.
You want to sit between us?
You sit here.
Wow. Hi, Itamar.
Hi, so this is Itamar.
Yeah.
Oh, Itamar.
Itamar, you probably don't remember me at all. I saw you when you were a little baby, like in Berlin.
On the screen, it looks like out.
Yeah, it was.
The screen, but
I remember you being a big baby. Do you play the piano?
Oh yeah,
Do you like it?
yeah.
speak
Really?
clearly so they can
Yes.
So, do you want to become a pianist or a conductor? Or I know you're also into computers.
Actually, you know, I also like the technical stuff and yeah,
What, for
and
instance?
computers,
Math.
programming, math.
Yes.
Yeah, math. That's when you get to high programming levels. That programming is math.
Okay, programming is math, and music is a lot of math as well. So, I mean, do you practice like every day, or do your parents make you practice every day?
Neither.
Actually, I mean, like in the last time I don't practice so much, and I should practice more.
What do you like to do in the piano if you don't practice?
How do you call it?
Improvise.
Improvising.
Improvise.
Itamar is really a good improviser, and sometimes he also writes down his little creations or compositions.
Yeah, it's
So
really
I think,
nice.
it's very creative.
Great. So, Itamar, do you usually travel with your parents? So, are you going to come to Long Beach? We have a great beach in Long Beach.
If my parents are going, then I'm of course also coming with them. And also before I had an au pair, and he sometimes, most of the times I still went with my parents, but when
We usually make a mix. Sometimes Itamar comes with us,
but
and
now we
sometimes
don't
he
have
stays
an au
home.
pair. But now we don't have.
Yeah, we will have an au pair next year when the season goes back, because at the moment, no concerts.
But sometimes we do this like to leave them home
Yes.
and bring a grandparent or both grandparents.
Actually,
from
next year we
Israel, so-
planned, because we're actually playing with Jerusalem Symphony just before we fly to Long Beach. We finish the concert and fly directly to Long Beach. We actually plan to leave you in Israel with the grandparents. That was the plan.
Good.
That's also good.
That's also
Yes.
a good choice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends how intensive the tour is and how much we need to be present at every moment of the day. I must say, specifically in the US, in addition to playing in the performances, there are so many events going on around the concerts. So we meet the donors, we have interviews, we have, and it's kind of, and in addition to rehearsing ourselves and to rehearsing with the orchestra and of course the concert. So sometimes we feel that the traveling itself is not such a problem, but can we really keep Itamar so happy around if we are so busy? And the other thing is, of course, school.
Yeah.
So right now there is homeschooling, but also no concerts. But when we have concerts, there is also school. So that's a little bit tricky, and we try to balance that so Itamar doesn't lose too much school and doesn't leave his friends for too long.
Bye.
Nice to meet you. Okay. Well, thank you so much for making time. I'm looking forward to welcoming you in Portland and in Long Beach next year. There we go.
That would be
Good.
great. See you then.
Good.
Thank you, Eckart.